So, you've written and edited your story, and now it's time to paginate your manuscript. Pagination is all about figuring out how your story will flow across the pages of a picture book. In this video, I'll guide you through the key aspects of pagination, including page turns, pacing, and emotional impact. Hi, I'm Charlotte Glaze, an author, illustrator, and mom. I recently published my first picture book, and I'm excited to share what I've learned with you. This video is part of a series on picture books, so hit subscribe so you can follow along. My book Storm Trucks is available to back on Kickstarter now. Get your copy and bonus features such as matching stickers and bookmarks. Check out the link below, and thank you for your support. Standard picture books are either 32 or 40 pages long, with nonfiction picture books going up to 96 pages. These numbers come from how books are printed. A 32-page picture book can be printed on one sheet of paper, saving paper and cost. WritersRumpus.com has a great post about printing linked below if you want more nitty-gritty about how a book is printed. So you have 32 pages to work with, but you cannot divide your book into 32 pages. Because this first page is going to be glued down to the front cover, and the 32nd page is going to be glued down to the back cover. And then these ones are going to be your end pages. Those are the decorative pages at the front and back of the book. And then you also need a copyright page and a title page. So now we're down to how many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So your book needs to fit onto 24 pages. Now these could be a spread, which means it goes over both pages, or they could be individual pages, depending on how you want to pace your story. So you have 24 pages to tell your story. How do we divide the book into those pages? Let's start with page turns. In a picture book, each page turn should feel intentional. It's more than just flipping to the next part of the story. It's about creating suspense, surprise, or anticipation. Think of each page turn as your opportunity to engage with your reader. For example, you might end a page with a cliffhanger or a question, making the reader eager to turn the page and see what happens next. Well-placed page turns can make your story feel dynamic and keep the reader excited. As you can see in Tiny Barbarian by Amy Dykman, every page has a cliffhanger to encourage reading to the next page. The first page ends in the middle of a sentence. Tiny has already conquered many things. You turn the page to find out what he's conquered. The next page also ends in the middle of a sentence. He's only been a barbarian since... You turn the page to find out when he became a barbarian, and so on. Take a look at some of your favorite picture books and see how the page turns build suspense or excitement. Closely related to page turns is the pacing of your story. Pacing determines how quickly or slowly your story unfolds and how your reader experiences it. In a picture book, pacing is everything. You have a limited number of pages, and within those pages, you need to build a beginning, a middle, and end that feels complete and satisfying. To get the pacing right, think about the rhythm of your story. Are there moments that need to slow down to let the reader savor a scene? Or should parts move quickly to build excitement? Balancing slow and fast-paced sections can create a rhythm that feels natural and engaging. I want to show you an example of pacing from this picture book, The Friend Who Forgives. And it's the story of Peter denying Jesus from the Bible. It starts out, and you can see on this page, I'll read it. Peter loved being friends with Jesus. He saw Jesus do lots of amazing things. One time, Peter's mother-in-law was sick. Jesus healed her. Another time, Peter was about to drown in a storm. Jesus saved her. Slowly, Peter realized that Jesus was more than a friend. He was God. He would never let Peter down. So the pacing on this page, there are 3 pictures on the left and 1 picture on the right, and you see that a lot of ground is covered in this one spread. So the pace is going very quickly in this spread. Now, when we get to where Peter denies Jesus 3 times, and you can see how much space it takes up. There's 1 spread, no, I don't know Jesus. And then there's another spread, no, I don't know Jesus. And then you go on to the 3rd spread, no, I don't know Jesus. So in those 3 times that Peter said that, it took up 3 spreads. So you can see here, the pace is very slow. And then, here's another spread at the end of the book. And it shows on the left, you see Peter jumping out of the boat, then he's in the water, then he's climbing onto the shore, and then he's on the shore on the right-hand side. And you can see how time is passing in this spread. So it's still a slow pace, but it's a little bit faster. It's more than just 1 second like the previous 3 were. This is maybe like 10 minutes of time. So you can change the pacing of your story by how quickly you go from picture to picture and page to page, and that makes a big difference in your pacing. As you're paginating, keep in mind the emotional journey you want your reader to experience. Every turn of the page should contribute to building that emotional impact. Whether your story is funny, heartwarming, or suspenseful, the emotional impact you create is what will make it memorable. Think about how each page contributes to the emotions you want to evoke. For example, you might use a quiet, reflective moment before a big reveal to heighten the surprise, or end a page with a visual or textural punchline to land a joke. Here's an example from Bonaparte Falls Apart. Now, Bonaparte is losing his bones, and that's the problem. So here we have 3 funny situations and then the punchline. Especially when he rode his bike, or played catch, or visited the doctor's office. Sometimes his bones rolled away, and it took him forever to find them. And so here we have the skeleton looking for the head, and he's going to find a basketball instead. I mean, that's the punchline of these jokes here. So, and it's right at the page turn, then we turn the page to find out what happens next. This is a good emotional impact pacing right here. By strategically placing emotional beats throughout your manuscript, you ensure that your reader feels exactly what you want them to feel at the right moment. Let me share a book that is so perfectly crafted emotionally that I both laugh and cry every time I read it. Love You Forever by Robert Munsch. Read through this one a few times and see how it impacts your emotions. Finally, I want to share a resource that has been incredibly helpful to me in understanding pagination, the Children's Book Pro course from SBS Learn. SBS Learn offers a course called Children's Book Pro, which is an in-depth guide to creating picture books. This course covers everything from story structure to illustrating, and it has a fantastic section on paginating your manuscript. The instructors break down real picture books, show how pacing, page turns, and emotional impact come together to create a compelling story. If you're serious about picture book creation, I highly recommend checking this course out. It's a great way to learn more about making picture books. Paginating a manuscript is like choreographing a dance. Every move needs to be just right to keep your audience engaged. By carefully planning your page turns, pacing your story thoughtfully, and crafting each page for maximum emotional impact, you'll create a picture book that resonates with readers. Don't forget to explore the resources linked below to continue learning and refining your skills. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video in this series. Also, my picture book, Storm Trucks, is available to back on Kickstarter right now. Check out the link below and thank you so much for your support.